everyone, this is Mrs. Jackson and Miss Shields here, and welcome to Apple Class's virtual tour. The children are really excited about sharing their work with you, so let's dive in. Here's our lovely classroom. And we're going to begin our tour with science. During the first half term, we looked at rocks and soils. The children learnt about rocks and their properties, and we also learnt how to build our very own soil profile. Then this half term, we've moved on to forces and magnets, and how forces and magnets work, and applying these to real life contexts. Now moving on to art. In art this half term, we've been looking at sculpture. So we learnt about famous sculptures, and then the children practiced using clay to mould and carve. And then they designed and sketched their very own clay pottery, which they then made, which was lovely, in the style of a Stone Age clay pot. This linked really well with our history topic, which was the Stone Age, Iron Age and Bronze Age, where we looked at all three ages in depth and how technology advanced through these times. We also looked at Stonehenge, did some cave art, and investigated different artefacts and what their uses might have been. Now moving on to maths. In maths this half term, we've been looking at mental addition and subtraction strategies. We've been using the regrouping method and lots of other mental strategies in order to solve problems and use our reasoning skills to explain how we did things and answer challenge questions. And finally, moving on to English. We've done loads of work in English this term. Right back at the beginning of the year, we started with a text called Coming to England by Floella Benjamin. The theme was diversity, and we focused our work around Floella's life and moving from Trinidad to England during the Windrush generation. They wrote a lovely emotive letter and a poem all about Trinidad. Then we did a humorous fairy tale called The Paper Bag Princess. And we focused our work during this unit on using conjunctions to extend our sentences and figurative language for effect. And then we did a non-fiction report all around the text Dr. Zargle. And we wrote a letter, and they did a non-fiction report all about horses, where we made notes using research and then put this all together into a non-fiction page. And then at the moment we are doing a text called Mini Rabbit Not Lost, which is an adventure story, and we're looking at the moment at using dialogue and prepositions and adverbs and verbs for effect. Okay, thank you very much for listening. I hope you enjoyed our virtual tour. See you again soon. Bye-bye.
Hello parents and carers. Welcome to Lilac Class's virtual tour. Let's get inside and show you what work we have been up to this autumn. First, we come to RE, where we have been looking at Islam and Christianity and comparing both those religions. Next, in our history, we were looking at the ancient times and comparing the Stone Age to the Iron Age and Bronze Age and seeing how technology has advanced through those ages. In our activities, we even managed to create our very own human timeline. Then in our science, for our first topic, we were looking at geology and rocks and soils in particular, where we even made our very own soil profile out of a variety of biscuits. Our newest science topic, forces and magnets, we've been doing a variety of experiments to show how forces and magnets work in real life. Then we come to our English, where we had just finished writing a non-fiction, non-chronological report about horses. We had also written a fairy tale based on the Paper Bag Princess, and even wrote a letter based on the story Coming to England by Floella Benjamin. Then we have our art topic, where we were designing and making our own clay pottery. Here are some designs that the children have done. Then we reflected on our pots and decided what we could improve about them. Finally, in our maths, we have been looking at mental addition and subtraction strategies. Thank you for listening to the Lilac Class virtual tour. Goodbye.
Hello, Miss Ness here. Welcome to Cherry Class Virtual Classroom Tour. I'll just show you a few examples of the work that the children have been getting up to this term. So, in our arts, we were inspired by a history topic of the Stone Age. We looked at various sculptures and evaluated them. And then we got busy designing our sculptures based on what we'd studied and considered the materials that we might need to use. And then we had loads of fun making our clay pots. And we finished off by evaluating them and considering what might work better if we were to do it again and what went really well. Moving on to history. We're studying the Stone Age, Iron Age and Bronze Age in history. So looking at timelines and shelters and dwellings. And we even looked at Stonehenge and considered how the bricks may have been moved. And we created some concept cartoons as well. In maths, we've been looking at mental addition and subtraction and considering strategies that might work best for us. And we've been using a lot of manipulatives as well to help us work out the calculations and show different ways to work the math as well. In our English, I'll go over here. We started the term off studying Floella Benjamin and Coming to England. And we wrote a letter to her based on what we were learning. And we even created our own fairy tale based on the Paper Bag Princess. And more recently, we've written a non-fiction report based on horses. So as you can see, we've been extremely busy this term, and I hope you've had a good time having a look at what the children have been up to. Thank you very much.
Here is our Year 3 corridor display, all about the text Coming to England by Floella Benjamin, where we published some of the children's lovely poems and letters that they wrote during this unit. And here is our Stone Age display, showcasing all the cave art that we did, the human timeline, and our presentations we did all about Doggerland.